I'm getting by, but I'm not 100%. Following the pandemic, more people are going to mental health professionals for non-specific problems. Life's difficulties, such as feeling like a failure, dissatisfaction, discouragement, and low tolerance for frustration, are becoming chronic issues for many people. But they do not constitute mental disorders. The current mental health crisis is a symptom of our society, which is increasingly demanding and tends to reinforce narcissistic tendencies. People think in the short term. Social media generates unrealistic expectations. Family and community commitments have largely been forgotten, which raises the risk of loneliness. The goal seems to be not to depend on anyone and not be tied to anything. As Marino Perez says in Individuo Flotante, the floating individual, an individual floats alone in the system. In the capitalism of experiences, the subject does not control his, her own time, and he does not know how to establish priorities, as Jorge Freire explains in his book Agitación, Agitation, in which he analyzes the contemporary human. It is difficult to find a solution for these problems in a clinical setting. Psychology can propose concrete solutions for specific problems, but nowadays people go to therapy for more general reasons. As a complement, it may be appropriate to use philosophical approaches, the therapeutic effects of which are longer lasting. In this new framework, schools of thought like Stoicism are emerging as strong solutions because of their practical usefulness. In fact, cognitive behavioral therapy is based in part on these ancient philosophies. Massimo Pigliucci's book How to be a Stoic contains advice on how to deal with current difficulties. Jorge Freire's Hazte quien eres, un código de buenas costumbres, Become Who You Are, a code for good habits, is a book in a similar vein. It is time to vindicate reading Epictetus's discourses, Seneca's On the Shortness of Life, and Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. These works help one find meaning and a more long-term purpose. In Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl points out that people who had rich inner lives survived better in concentration camps. These philosophy books pat you on the shoulder and encourage you, but they are also demanding because they aim to strengthen one's character, a key aspect of our personalities. Strengthening character means enhancing the virtues that improve coping with one's own life and considering the needs of others. Resilience, understood as taking charge of what happens to one's life and gaining momentum to repair oneself, as the neurologist Boris Cyrulnik notes, is an important trait. There are people who are resigned, subscribe to a discourse of victimization or blame others for what happens to them. The Stoics differentiated between what is and is not within one's own control. It makes no sense to waste time trying to control circumstances, affections, others' opinions in the past. Fortune is not distributed equally, but change is a constant in life, and everything passes. It is possible to get well again. It is good to have perspective. As for emotions, the Stoics recommend that one avoid rejoicing histrionically and not get overly carried away by fears, anxieties, and anger. Not all emotions lead us down a good path. It is a matter of recognizing these feelings, reflecting on what's causing them, and redirecting them both for our own good and the good of others. These books reiterate the notion of not seeking happiness in immediate pleasure, but rather developing a life dedicated to long-term purposes, which has been shown to be of greater importance for building well-being. This requires introspection, establishing a plan to follow, and personal effort. It helps to ask questions such as, if today were the last day of my life, would I be doing this? Why do I care? Does this improve my life? Journaling at the end of the day to answer 3 questions. What have I done wrong? What have I done right? What could I have done better? Can also be helpful. Stoicism reinforces the idea of wanting less and enjoying the present moment more. The flood of people seeking help from mental health professionals for minor problems forces us to be aware of the harm that certain social parameters cause individuals. Good mental health does not mean the absence of suffering in the face of such challenges, but rather being able to deal with suffering in a different way. The current moment also demands greater individual strength and character to swim against the tide. The practical philosophy of the books mentioned above can serve as both a salve and a reference. While it is not easy, it is worth trying. Life is full of uncomfortable situations. How do you confront them? Do you let them overwhelm you, or do you face them with strength and wisdom? Today, we explore how to practice Stoicism to confront uncomfortable situations. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that emphasizes the importance of controlling our emotions and focusing on what is within our control. By following Stoic principles, we can learn to approach life's challenges with a calm and rational mindset. Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, three of the most influential Stoic philosophers, have left us with timeless wisdom that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life. Seneca teaches us that discomfort is a part of life, and that we should embrace it rather than avoid it. By facing discomfort head-on, we build resilience and strength. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." When you encounter a challenging situation, remind yourself that it is an opportunity to grow stronger. Epictetus emphasizes the power of perception. He teaches us that it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Imagine being criticized at work. Instead of taking it personally, view it as constructive feedback. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. This principle is crucial for maintaining inner peace. When faced with a traffic jam, instead of getting frustrated, focus on what you can control, your reaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Stoicism encourages us to be mindful and present. By staying in the moment, we can better handle uncomfortable situations. Practice mindfulness by taking deep breaths and grounding yourself in the present moment. This can help you stay calm and focused, even in stressful situations. Reflection is a key Stoic practice. By reflecting on our experiences, we can learn and grow from them. Keep a journal to reflect on your daily experiences and how you handled them. This practice can help you identify areas for improvement and build resilience over time. Stoicism teaches us that virtue and character are the most important aspects of our lives. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, and self-discipline, we can navigate life's challenges with integrity. When faced with a moral dilemma, ask yourself what a virtuous person would do. Let your actions be guided by your values and principles. By embracing the thoughts of Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, you can confront uncomfortable situations with strength and wisdom. Remember, the power to transform your life lies within you. Embrace Stoicism and start your journey towards a more resilient and fulfilling life. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more motivational content and self-development tips. Leave a comment below on how you plan to practice Stoicism in your daily life.